the Spurs. He doesn't have to win. He doesn't have to win another championship.
Pop is coming back next year.
I think Papa's going to come back next year. He wouldn't have.
He's still in his court. He could retire whenever he wants.
He could,
what's left for him, really?
But he wouldn't
his wife just passed away.
Yes.
Yeah, but I think he wouldn't have done everything with Aldridge and all of that stuff if he planned on leaving. He wouldn't have been so forceful.
Also, I think he thinks he's got a shot at LeBron.
Yeah.
Because if LeBron goes, LeBron's going to get criticized. If he goes to Houston, he's going to get criticized because he's going to be a superstar team again. One player away, blah, 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 blah. However, it wasn't going to the team that beat him like Durant did.
Yeah.
But if he goes to Popovich in San Antonio, that would be the one place he could actually not lose face and still go to a better team, better situation, whatever. To me, if I'm him, I just stay in Cleveland forever.
And then you could always get players to come play.
That's right.
I just tell people not to be surprised. Like Paul George is a free agent this year. Westbrook is going to try his best, but we see that people don't like playing with Westbrook.
Yeah.
Right. DeMarcus Cousins is a free agent this year. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, don't be surprised. LeBron just has to make a phone call.
Don't forget that pick that the Cavs have. Is it 8?
It's not what they thought it was going to be. But it's a good pick.
It's a good pick.
It's a real good pick.
I think in this draft, it's a guy who can play, who won't be a logical top 3, because top 3 you got to go with the sure thing.
Definitely.
But 8's you would need. You'd get a good need pick.
What kind of player in the NBA do you see, like, now that everybody's game is like a little bit more flourished, like a number 8 pick? Like, what can you see, like, what type of player?
Where was Kobe picked? Because Kobe
was
down.
He was down.
Even the Nets didn't even pick him because
Vlade Divac was
a little far. But it's just like a middle.
It's going to be a guy that's got some flaw that teams are avoiding, whether it be a size issue, a youth issue. Like there's a lot of these one and done players, right?
Yeah.
Kentucky players, Duke players, who either have it or they don't.
Yeah.
So teams are like, well, we're kind of loath to draft him at 8 because they've only done it for 1 year.
13th, by the way, Kobe 13.
Kobe was 13, right? Yeah. So it's someone who has some kind of perceived flaw. Kobe's perceived flaw was that he was a high school kid from Lower Merion, from a suburban Philadelphia high school. That's what they have to get the one and done. Kansas, Kentucky, Duke. Who are all the one and dones kind of players?
Kansas, Kentucky.
Those kind of guys who
North Carolina used to be not so much.
Yeah, not so much because it's not a destination.
These guys are staying. No, that's why I know about North Carolina. These guys are actually staying.
It used to be the opposite. It used to be Duke was the long one and North Carolina was the one and done.
Because let me ask you this question: since this one and done thing is becoming so big, do you think that people are going to take a page out of Villanova's book now that they're winning multiple championships in so many years?
Villanova, to go to Mark's point and bring it back to yours, it used to be that Duke was this private school, rich kid school, great academic bastion school, whatever. North Carolina was a state school, all that was had Dean Smith's stable of ponies and all that stuff. That was Kenny Anderson's line when he didn't want to go to North Carolina. I don't want to be another horse in Dean Smith's stable. Then he went to Georgia Tech instead. But now they flip the tables have flipped where all of a sudden the vaunted Duke and its great academic tradition is turned on its head. Same thing. Villanova is a Catholic private prep school like kind of suburban kind of, so that's going to have your 4-year player. Kerry Kittles was a perfect example of that from Villanova. That's why you're going to have a school that's not a basketball factory do well, and that's what Villanova is.
There's more to it.
Yeah, that's right. You're going to have more. So you're going to have Butler. You're going to have. I'm thinking of the Creighton. Yeah, Wichita State is still a state school, so it's going to be.
Are you talking about private schools?
Wisconsin?
Zaga?
You're going to have. I'm trying to say like a suburban white kid school is basically what I'm trying to say. I mean, that's
like Wisconsin or no?
Wisconsin's a state school, but Wisconsin recruits those kind of players, like that big, tall kid that they had. Kaminsky, right? I mean, that's a 3 or 4 year kind of player. That the other schools, Wichita State's an example too. Other schools passing this guy, so he goes here, and he goes for several years. He's in anonymity, obscurity, whatever it is, kind of thing. And he develops. There's that. But if you are Duke and you're, Krzyzewski doubled down. Krzyzewski could have said, "Oh, my guys are special, smart kids, whatever." He didn't. He's like, "Hey, I'm going to embrace it, and I'm going to get the best of the lot," and that's what he did. Kentucky just went all in and said, "You know what?
They cheat.
We're a factory." But Calipari never gets in trouble.
Yeah,
you mentioned Marcus Camby before. Marcus Camby got in trouble. Calipari didn't. Marcus Camby had to pay back his scholarship to UMass. Calipari skated. Kind of thing. So it's Memphis gets in trouble after Calipari's gone. It's always
And he fought with that coach Chaney, I think it was at Temple.
Temple, who I think was John Chaney was one of the best coaches of all time. And yeah, they didn't get along. Best defensive coach, definitely for sure. But and that's the kind of, so you're going to have, if you look usually if you look in the football top 20, it's going to be 17 state schools because that's where the money is. Football, you got to have 50 to 100 kids on a team. You got to have money to pay.
What I find disgusting though is that the highest paid state worker is the football coach,
but not in New York. No, the highest paid in New York State is a doctor at the Albany Medical Center, SUNY Albany. No. But in terms of the university, or whatever, it's a doctor. It's a medical doctor.
I actually found out that Nassau professors are the highest paid professors in New York City.
Well, it doesn't shock me. Yeah, just looking, there's a website you can go where you can see all of those salaries. Newsday. see-through-ny.net, SEETHROUGH ny.net, and I saw what one of my neighbors, who's a gym teacher, makes. Yeah. Wow.
Gym teacher here?
No. At a high school in these parts.
Okay, in these parts.
Wow.
In these parts.
Wow. You get to wear shorts all day and pass balls around, right?
And a little whistle.
But the one downside is
for a couple hours.
You are on your feet all day.
That's not a downside.
No, they have a great gym you can work at too during off periods too.
No, when they're teaching though, they have to be on their feet.
That's fine. I think when that check comes
I had to stand the whole way on the train yesterday coming home because I took the construction workers train early, like the 321 first stop Massapequa Park, and it's all construction workers. So they've been out since like 4:00, so in the morning, so they're just tired. So every seat was packed, and I had to stand the whole way, and I'm like sleeping on my feet. I'm like dying. You know that feeling? You gotta so you don't fall asleep standing. You're gonna fall and break your face. But crazy stuff. 516-572-7440, 516-572-7440, and it's the pension bomb that's going to make the sports legalization.
Is it fair to say that even though there's a lot going on in sports this week, it was like a quiet week for some reason? It felt that.
You know what it is in football too?
That long basketball break though, right? Because you had the Rockets Warriors series didn't end with a bang; it ended with a whimper. It was The Knights and the Capitals are now tied 1-1.
Right. Yep.
But it's hockey,
and it's not melting.
It's not local interest. It's not local. It's a good story, the Las Vegas thing, but it's a good story. Game 1 and last game, not the in between. The in between stuff doesn't matter. It's the incredible start with like this whole Vegas production that they have to open up.
Now it's just like, okay,
and then the last
it's a nice storyline. Vegas, first year together, can they win? Or can Ovechkin finally get it? It's a nice little storyline, but it's not appealing.
And that's the thing. And it's like, does the story end if the Knights lose? Is the story over? Oh, that was a great story. They got to the finals.
They lost.
But it's like, if I was home Saturday night, I would watch the hockey because it's on after Belmont.
But what I've been
Belmont is this Saturday.
No, June 9th. It's always 3 weeks.
I'm sorry. So the week after,
it's a week and a half.
I made a mistake. 3 weeks, so that would be the next game I watch. It would be
that makes sense. It's whole sports day.
I have actually been. Honestly, because I haven't been paying attention to sport, the Mets is just so.
Guess who they brought in today?
Hansel Robles.
Did the Mets win today?
No, they're losing 4-0.
I can't even speak. They start Seth Lugo, right? He goes 4 scoreless innings, 3 hits, 3 strikeouts. Great, whatever. They bring in Hansel Robles, even though because that Lugo had only thrown 50 pitches. They were going to have him go 4 innings or 65 pitches.
Yeah.
Well, he threw 4 innings. If he had gone that inning, that game, that come in and let him pitch the 5th inning, A, he would have been in line for a win, number 1. 2, his spot in the batting order was been coming up that half inning, so it would have been good, a logical time to pinch hit for him.
Yeah.
No. They take him out because Callaway just doesn't know how to handle everything. He's got the reverse Midas touch when it comes to the bullpen. Every move that Callaway makes goes wrong in the bullpen. Whether I know it's the pitcher's fault, but he's making the move.
Yeah.
And they bring in Robles. So there's a pop-up. The shift is on, and there's a pop-up for Schwarber pops it up, and the ball lands where Guillermo and the catcher Mesoraco can't reach it.
Yeah.
Guillermo probably should have had it. So Robles can't get past that. So he walks Schwarber. Schwarber delays, steals second, and then the batter gets up. I forget who it was, and he hits a long foul ball. And usually when you hit a long foul ball, you don't let a guy have another shot. It's like you're not going to have to do it again. Nope, home run. home run.
Robles and home.
Robles has now. He's now lit up. He's now given up this year. Okay, 6 home runs in 14 innings. He let up 4 walks.
Chris,
4 walks, 6 strikeouts. There were 6 home runs.
Ago to please take Robles.
I've been.
Now I told you.
I've been saying this since last year. Remember, I said it's Robles is Spanish for home run ball, and this one that he gave up today was literally the announcer said it was right down the plate. It could have been on a tee, just a straight fastball. And it's funny because I could hear my dad obviously had passed away before Robles ever pitched in the majors, but I just heard my dad in the back of my head because whenever he was tired of a player, he was like, I've seen enough of Hansel Robles. That's what he would say. I've seen enough of insert name here. And it's like, you know what? Get rid of him. I'm not, there's no, just release him, designate him for assignment. Don't be afraid. If the Red Sox or Yankees pick him up and he becomes a 20-game winner, I don't care. Because I've seen enough, and he has to go. He has to go. He's not any good. He's got this tantalizing fastball, which fools people into thinking, look, he can strike people out. Not if it's over the plate and doesn't move.
Exactly.
It's not going to. So yeah.
And the thing is, it's hard, but it's just like, I know you can't really change up your game at that point.
No,
you can't.
not by then.
But when you're just seeing how DeGrom pitch, how Syndergaard
correct,
pitch, you would think that
bullpen.
Like, it's just like
that is. I can't tell you how many games I went to bed this week, and where you watch it, the replay.
Yeah,
I went to bed with the Mets winning. I'm like, oh great, things are good. And then you watch the highlights, whatever. Oh, and then all of a sudden, that's when it went bad. Like, what do you mean they lost that? How do you lose
this?
And Familia is and it was there was a fire at Citi Field yesterday.
Yeah, there was.
And it's such a metaphor.
It's great.
Was it the dumpster? And what did you see what they did with it today? They painted over where the fire was.
Oh, my God.
Just typical Mets. A, on the cheap, and B, just trying to hide something. Oh, pay no attention to that over there. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here.
And then at the same time, they try and push their PA announcer thing a lot more. They hired 2 PA announcers.
Oh, did they?
For the rest of the year.
Oh, wow.
A woman.
Oh, of course.
Marisol Castro.
Oh.
And Colin Cosell, the grandson of Howard Cosell.
Oh, boy. It's like nepotism doesn't run rampant. Already you've got Kurt Gowdy Jr. is the head of Sportsnet New York, and that host Doug Williams on Sportsnet New York. Do you know who his father is?
Brian
Williams. And his sister is the one from Girls.
By the way, Marisol Castro, it's got some biceps.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Caller, you were on Sports Talk.
No, you almost made a mistake there.
Made you stumble on that.
I know. He must have got an offer from some other station. What can I tell you?
That's right.
Yeah. You know,
they threatened to double my salary here, 2 times 0. Okay,
that'd be the Friday show, by the way.
Yeah. As you leave at the end of the game at Citi Field, at all fields they say drive safely. At Citi Field, it says drive safely and ask your Uber driver if he can pitch.
I love the guys. This week, the Mets, they said they had to pitch down a player because they couldn't get a pitcher in time. Now, I understand that the AAA team is in Vegas, and that's a problem. That's why when all of the musical chairs stopped and everyone was looking for a AAA affiliate, the Mets were stuck with Las Vegas.
No, they could have got Buffalo, but they were too darn cheap.
Well, but Cleveland wanted Buffalo in the worst way because it's right there and it's a fan base and it's all that.
However,
or Toronto, one of those. But this is what happened
Toronto.
though. The Mets have gotten smart though because they went and bought the Syracuse team. So next year, and it'll be owned by Wilpon and Katz, Sterling, Doubleday, Sterling. So next year. Syracuse is a Mets market. Syracuse University is there, blah, blah, blah. So they went. So next year the Mets will have Syracuse, and going forward because they'll own the team, part and parcel. They'll have Syracuse as their AAA franchise, which in my day in the '70s was the Yankees, Syracuse Chiefs. Bobby Cox was the manager there and all that. But but to think that the Major League Baseball team can't get a pitcher on a whether it be a commercial flight or a private flight out of Vegas to come meet them in Atlanta is there's no flights to go from Vegas to Atlanta, right?
Yeah, we try to put them on a Greyhound too.
For Delta.
Yeah, exactly. It is. Yeah, Hartsfield is the busiest airport in all of the United States. I'm sure that they have several flights daily, Las Vegas to Atlanta, and I'm sure the Mets could trump any kind of ticket price of it's all of a sudden like they aren't flying the us like we'll carry our bags. No, we don't pay pay for our bags. We don't pay for leg room. No, I'm sure they could pay for that.
Everything.
But no. And then they bring up a 30-year-old guy named Copeland and a 29. They just bring up relievers.
Bautista's supposed to be like the guy.
He's on fire. He's on fire for the
JB.
Yeah.
No. The other Bautista, the pitcher Bautista that they bring for the Braves.
Who they traded for?
They traded for him?
Yeah, I think
last year he was.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I forgot which Steve.
I love that they bring up a guy named Buddy Bauman. Like Buddy Bauman from Vegas. I'm like, is that a stand-up comedian? Hey, I'm Buddy Bauman in Vegas.
And the
Come see me. Yeah, exactly.
That's the new thing is you got to get the batter to laugh before he swings.
Right. Hey, Shecky. Hey, check it out. Take my wife, please.
With Iron Eagles father.
The clown nose.
I just flew in from Vegas and boy, my arm's tired. Hey.
I would just want to